Hi, I'm Alan Michael, or AM for short. This is my friend Nikki. We're here today to talk to you about serverless computing on AWS. And it's one of my favorite topics, but Nikki, what would you describe as serverless? What does that mean?
So usually when I talk about serverless, I think about three characteristics that describe serverless.
Okay.
So one is I don't have to manage any servers or infrastructure.
Oh, that's a great one.
Absolutely.
Just focus on code.
Just write the code. That's all
Okay.
you have to do. The second is user-driven scalability. So it's really hard to predict user-driven events and how to scale appropriately for when that happens, for like when you go viral on Twitter or Black Friday,
Right.
or when things are going to blow up and there's going to be a lot of customers coming your way.
Unpredictable spikes in activity, right? And scaling to meet that.
Absolutely.
That's a hard problem to solve.
So serverless hits on that. And then the third one is you don't have to pay for cost when it's idling, so when no one's using it, which is an incredible feature. So typically, usually you have servers running in the background, and even if no one is hitting the server, you're still paying for that time. With serverless, you're only paying for what you use.
Very economical.
Super economical.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk too about the easiest way to get started.
Yeah, how can you get started?
The easiest way to get started building an application where you don't even have to really build it.
Really?
Yeah, actually, we put in a lot of time and effort on building this serverless application repository on AWS. And it's a collection of applications that are pre-built that you can deploy with one click.
One click, really?
Yeah, you don't believe me, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, let me show you.
Yeah, I need to see it.
All right, so we've got a whole repository filled with applications. You can come in, search by use case. Maybe you have a specific thing that you want to build or that you need in mind. Today, we're going to look at one of these image resizer services, okay?
Okay.
And that's it, right? I click on here, and
it's just that
that's
orange button to deploy, and that's it?
that's all I have to do. I click this orange button. It asks me to configure an S3 bucket to pull images out of, and it sets everything else up for me, including the code. I don't even have to code it.
How long did it take?
It runs maybe deploys in a minute and a half or so. It's
That's
using
incredible.
CloudFormation underneath the covers, right?
Which, if you're not familiar, CloudFormation is infrastructure as code. So it's typically a JSON or a YAML file that just describes the resources that are going to be created in AWS.
Good definition.
Thank you.
I cheated a little and already installed and deployed. I got too excited. I wanted to see the application first.
I'm not surprised.
So I already deployed it, and it's running.
So you're going to show us how it works?
Yeah, this is actually what you get after you deploy it. It lets you know about what it deployed. We've got, if I move over to the actual function itself, the Lambda function, it shows me that it deployed a CloudWatch log group and also an API gateway. Can you guess what the API gateway is doing?
There is an endpoint in front of the Lambda that's invoking it, so you're able to hit the endpoint?
That's right. I hit the endpoint, and it serves up the image. All I have to do is pass the query parameter, and it'll resize it dynamically, right?
Let's see it in action.
Are you sure?
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Let's see it in action.
I made you a little surprise.
You made me a surprise.
I did. I made you a surprise.
I love surprises.
We go into the S3 bucket that I set up for this.
Oh, and my name is on it.
There's one image here.
Of course there is.
It's coincidentally named Nikki. It has nothing to do with you.
Coincidental. What, am I going to see an octopus when it comes up?
Maybe.
Great.
No, it's your cartoon character.
Oh my God.
It's your cartoon character. It's your caricature. And
you're going to blow me up right now,
well,
aren't you?
you're too small. You're too small right now. Right now, it's about 200 pixels in width, right? I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 5.
Well, it works.
There it goes. That's all. I didn't write any code. Nothing. Deployed from one click. And
No
I've got a
managing
resizer.
servers to do that.
No infrastructure at all.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What's even better is this is a pretty small example of an application, but I can write larger ones too, right? Maybe make individual functions pieces of microservices.
Absolutely.
I've got a pretty good example of that, actually. I've got a larger application that takes a video of you, like it would in a photo booth.
Yeah.
And then this is a piece right here that takes that video and transcodes it to a GIF. So it's
wow,
like a
that's
GIF
super
photo
cool.
booth.
I want that code.
All right.
Are you going to put that in the serverless application repository?
I hadn't thought of it, but maybe I will.
I'll be the first to download it.
Okay, fair enough. But if you look here, I can come in and alter the code in. This is actually Cloud9. This is a Cloud9 Just another
Cloud9
AWS
is our
service.
IDE in the cloud.
That's right. I'm going to put your name in here so that when I deploy
Oh,
it,
more evidence of me.
you're immortalized
Great.
now in my code.
Fabulous.
Actually, come and just save the code here, and my function updates. I didn't have to deploy, I didn't have to download anything.
So Cloud9 is integrated with Lambda, which
That's
is our serverless service.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's it. That's as easy as it is to get started writing applications using serverless patterns.
That's awesome. We hope you get started with serverless and AWS today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks.